Hello everybody, hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to more Call of Duty news and breaking news as this morning and yesterday night, guys. Apparently it's going to be KiLLa, otherwise known as Adam, the former OpTic gaming member, former world champion, and still in the general professional Call of Duty scene to this day, is now being accused of racism towards his own girlfriend or partner, otherwise known as Brit in the situation, and the mother of his 2 children. Now, I will show you guys the screenshots, but this needs to be explained extensively because both sides right now, I must clarify, do not have full proof, full validating proof of exactly who is right and who is wrong and what was said or what was never said about this. Now, the alleged text right now and the tweet that included this text has now been deleted, but I will show you guys on screen. But please take it with a grain of salt because these things can be very easily faked in multiple ways. And yes, a few of the words have been blurred by us because I obviously can't show you guys the full N-word, which was actually dropped a few times throughout this, including the hard R, and the only editing done by Brit or the girlfriend in the situation was the highlighting of that N-word text on top of all of that. Now, your first thought might be, Jake, this can be very easily faked, and you would be correct. You can Photoshop just about any text you want out there, although I will say, besides the highlighting done by probably her phone app or whatever it might be, this looked pretty seamless. The same text size and font, all the reshaping, the editing of all the messages, it was done pretty seamlessly, and I do not think she actually faked it. If she did Photoshop it, I don't think it's Photoshop. Now, there is a second way to fake this, though, and it comes actually from Adam himself. He has now responded via stream. He has not responded with his own evidence because I will get onto that in a second, guys. He can literally not defend himself in this case right now in any way that I can actually think of. I'll get to that in a second here. He has now taken to stream to tell us what it could have been, as simple as changing the name of a friend to Adam and of course faking the entire conversation.
Simple as literally texting your friend and editing the name to Adam.
And that is a very valid point. It is just that simple, right? We could have Brit. Now, I'm not saying she did do this. I'm not really trying to take a side here, but it's as simple as changing her friend, whoever it might be, their name to Adam, delete the entire conversation, restart the conversation, and plan out exactly what is said step by step. Now, also, very lastly, Adam does respond with another clip on his stream as well, kind of stating exactly why this might be happening, and he actually does mention where apparently he mentioned to Brit he was going to cut her off, and therefore she did then go on and say that she was going to ruin his life.
Pretty much, I told her I was cutting her off, because I'm giving her money to buy things like groceries. I'm giving her money to buy things like to go to the fair, take them to the zoo. Giving her money to do things, and she is getting tattoos. She's not working. She's not doing any of these things. So I told her I was cutting her off. And she told me she would ruin my life if I cut her off.
And then shortly afterwards, all this stuff does come forward. Now, also, if you guys are wondering, why does Adam not just show his phone? Well, if the conversation never existed, there's no way KiLLa could free his name because the conversation, it just isn't there. So if he did show his phone and his conversations with Brit, and he could just easily have deleted the conversation, people won't believe that. And if the conversation is not there at all, like she made it up and actually did it with some other friend and not him, he can't prove himself by showing the conversation, and that is where the problem does lie. If this never did happen, there is no very clear way he can actually prove himself unless he does tell her, hey, release the information, release the screenshot, and of course with his number being shown. And if that is his number, that is the only valid point I can actually think of right now to prove whether or not she is lying or he is lying in this context. As of right now, we know the Slim story out there. Apparently Brit was very angry about Adam wanting to cut her off. Along with that, though, there are many other tweets about the relationship involving both their children, which I will not dive into right now, alongside KiLLa and the way he has talked to his very own sister on Twitter as well. There are clearly some otherly stemming problems from the situation, but the main situation right now being the fact that his girlfriend or partner has called him out for being a racist, and we do not know whether or not at this time that is currently true. So you guys can leave your thoughts and comments down below who you maybe believe and why, and I would love to hear you guys' evidence as to why you believe which side in this case. Hopefully sometime soon we will actually know the truth of the situation. It's just very difficult to see that, yes, this could be easily faked, and it's not easy to prove either side of this. You feel bad, especially for KiLLa, if it actually is not true, because defending himself in this case is a bit difficult as well. But again, I must note as well, on top of that, the text, do I think they were faked? No. In terms of Photoshop, could they have been faked, though, with another friend and just changing the name to Adam? It very well could be. I'm not going to take a side until more evidence is presented, but I hope you guys all did enjoy. As always, my name is Jake, and I'll see you guys next time. Until then, take care. I'll see you soon.